So what were your expectations, and then what was reality?
So the expectations coming in, I think you and Manny were pretty clear, right? Supply chain here was really in its infancy stages, right? So I think I was brought in to kind of grow it out, as we kind of have continued to do here over the last almost 7 years. So, as far as expectations, I kind of figured it was, I was going to come in and kind of have a little bit of carte blanche to kind of do what I needed to do to grow the department. Obviously, working with you and Manny and everyone else to keep everyone aligned on what we're doing. But I think it's worked out.
So supply chain, it can mean a lot of different things in a lot of different industries, and so in our industry, it's almost like that central unit because it touches like, and we always kind of said, well, where should supply chain fit in the org? Does it fit under customer service, or does it fit under operations, under finance, under merchandising? And so you reported directly to me for several years, and we just kind of kept it as Sweden and kind of head on a swivel, where it could have the inputs and liaison to finance, to operations, to merchandising, and kind of, so describe, between order management, delivery routing, liaisoning with operations, with customer care, or CX, I should say, customer experience, and sales, and then to the customer. Like, how would you describe supply chain in our organization, furniture retail, versus what you were doing previously, or maybe in supply chain in general?
Yeah, so previously, I came from a furniture manufacturer, so be working on the kind of the Ashley side of the business, right? So we're doing production schedules and, from white wood to finished goods and all that. So it's very different.
Yeah, you're dealing with parts,
right?
And fabrics,
Parts, yeah, absolutely, and you have
overseas.
a lot of control over what you're making, when you're making it, how many you're making it. Very different here, right? So we're, as a retailer, on the very tail end of the process there, right? So we're just buying from Ashley or Temper, whomever. So we can't control the manufacturing process. We can't control what they're making, when they're making, how many we're making. So there's a lot of hurdles there where we have to jump through hoops to try to make sure we have what we need when we need it, right? We can't just say, okay, start making that. We'd have to see what they've got, plan ahead. Which is why we do a lot of container ordering, right? Aside from the savings, it gets us what we need. We have it in stock. We can deliver faster to the customer.
But you're dealing with a finite cubic area of space, right?
Absolutely.
So
absolutely,
you don't have an infinite amount of capacity or of warehouse space or of dollars. So
right.
How do you kind of manage through that?
Yeah, I mean, so we dealt a lot with that during COVID, right? Because at that point, it was like, just get whatever we can. Just get whatever we can, and we'll figure out what to do.
Yeah, we had a satellite.
Yeah, to the point where we had to open a satellite location, right? It's a balance, which is really what supply chain all is, right? It's predictive in nature. You're forecasting, trying to understand what the customer is going to want, and we'll have it when we need it. So it's definitely a balance. Try to balance, have what we need, but not too much, or something that we won't need, and now it goes discontinued, and now we're selling with pennies on the dollar.
You want to optimize the space to have the most product, the most dollars.
Thanks for listening to Stories from the River. To check out more episodes, visit storiesfromtheriver.com. To watch this episode, go to youtube.com/@storiesfromtheriver. Join us again next week, and remember to like, rate, and subscribe to the podcast.